how can someone else also replicate? That would be the question. The question is simple. First, you need a high ticket product. Second, you need a very big problem in the marketplace. Third, the problem should be urgent.
Immediate.
So it should not be like, oh, this problem is going to come after 6 years. Nah, nobody cares. Nobody is going to pay you like lakhs for that, right? Unless the problem is very big. For example, 6 years baad I am going to have cancer. Now I'll pay lakhs. Either the magnitude of the problem would be higher or the urgency of the problem would be higher. For example, मेरा पाँव कट गया यहीं पे. It's an urgent problem.
Yeah, you have to fix it.
Right, I need to fix it. Bhali, I've got a cut from just iron, but tetanus injection I want right now. Right? So it's an urgent thing. Second is how massive is the problem. So massive problem can be like, it's after 2 years, but you're going to get a heart attack. I'm like, tell me the amount. Right? Now, when these three characteristics meet, you can actually create something what I call as a high ticket offer. Now, your high ticket offer should also be a grand slam offer. What's a grand slam offer? If someone sees that offer, he cannot refuse. Like, it's like, what are you talking about? I'll give you my offer, and the listeners can put down in the comments. The offer is, you pay me 2.19 lakhs plus GST. I'll teach you how to monetize your skills. In next 6 months, you'll make double of that. You'll be able to quit your job as well, and you'll work 4 days a week. If that does not happen, I'll give you your money as it is back, signed on a term sheet. Refuse that.
Wow, man. I think you have to solve specific problems. And if society is unable, I think this is Naval Ravikant's statement, right? And he's one of the most smartest people I've known. He says, if you can solve society's problem that it can't solve for itself, you make shitloads of money. Right. And essentially that's precisely what you're saying.
When you can give to society what it wants and it does not know how to get, you make a lot of money.
You make a lot of money. How are you able to sit in this podcast, have a chat, while there are 3 companies with over 100 employees in each, functioning without you?
The answer is one thing, which is automation. And automation has 2 parts, technical and manual. Technical automation is you have enabled technology on such levels that without you putting the work, it would be done. For example, right now, I'll send you a screenshot of this time only. While we are having a talk, I would have minimum got 220 customers. And you'd not believe this, you're like, but we were chatting, right? I'm not doing any work. But we got 220 customers, and I'll show you proof screenshot which watchers can have a look on. So that's technical. Now imagine if 220 people paid, they need to get access, they need to be sent reminders, they need to be sent an email and WhatsApp and everything. That's your technical automation part. Most people stuck at this because they think it's coding and it's some big stuff. No, it's not. Go to YouTube and search how to automate payments, how to automate invoice, how to automate sheets, and you will see a 5-minute video, replicate it click by click. Obviously, you will take half an hour for the first one, but next time 25, then 20, then 15, right, which will free up your time. The second thing is manual automation. How do you manually sit with people, create a culture where people trust each other and their decisions, and run a company with a common vision. So my work is to give a vision, and the vision is to $5 trillion economy. Now the vision comes with a mission. What are we planning for the next 5 years? That's a mission. Now comes goals. What's our 2-year goal, 1-year goal, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily? Right? Once that is done, our daily task comes because we have a daily goal. So daily goal, daily task. I want 1,200 customers today. To get 1,200 customers, how many ad spend? How much funnels? How many ads? What should be the CPA? All these things matter. So now it's a daily task. So now I know what to do for the day. Right? So this is how it's done. Now team gets clarity. Oh, yahan ja rahe hain hum. This is what the plan looks like. It may change in between, obviously, but they at least have a clarity. Okay, this is where we are going. Talking about freedom, 95%, it will be a dream for 95%. Let me tell you why. Because they want to have $1 billion in bank account, be the BAP of their industry and still get freedom. Not possible. You think Elon must sit like this? No. It depends on person to person what you want as a person. Right? I know a figure in my mind which is like, if I reach this much bank account, I'm sorry. Like, iske baad, I don't care what money comes. I'll not work for money. Then I have a certain amount which is my per month lifestyle income. I want this much amount, and if I get this much per month passive, sorted. Because I can't spend more than that. I'm not a person who would like to spend more than that. Anything coming above that is a reward for me. Once I map those numbers down, then I create a freedom plan. Without those, I can't. Most people try to create freedom plan without these.
Without the numbers, yeah.
Right? So if they come, I want to be free. I'm like, free So you are a free man, like it's a democratic country, you are free. Like, no, free financially. I'm like, okay, what do you mean financially free? They can't explain. Oh, I want to travel the world. Cool. It takes 12,000 rupees to start traveling Bombay. Go. No. I should have bank account balance and ghar, bangla, gaadi and a company running. I'm like, what company running? Which bangla? Where? Which car you want? How much would be the EMI of the car? How much would be the property mortgage? Right? Multiple things are there. But you have not planned those. So you can't create a plan. So I know my number. Now once you know your number, it's your duty to get that number for your team. So my team have their numbers now. So I'm like, Suno team, the role of business is to get me freedom first, because I started, I took the risk, I did the mehnat. But you're also doing the mehnat. The moment I get free, it is chance for you to get free. So recently my team member bought a car. One of my team members bought a house, right? It's not only me now. It's about what are my leaders achieving. Because if they're achieving their goal, I'll achieve mine. Right? Now you create a hierarchy structures. So I have 3 companies. One is an agency. An agency now is run by a 19-20-year-old girl. Her name is Vaishali. She handles 170 closers who all work from home. And she came back to me 1 year back. It's like, how can this girl run? It's because of only one thing: systems, process, and templates. This podcast is a system, because I didn't saw Lalith moving and doing the camera and then everything, because Lalith has made a system of this. Listen, camera पे ये setting रहेगा, lights पे ये setting रहेगा. Do not move the lights 1 inch from there. This is the setup. This is this thing. Water should be there. Tissue should be there. Lalith has made a system of this. With a system, it comes a template. So right now, a videographer would be able to copy this template. But if you simplify to this level where a 5-year-old can copy, now it's very scalable. You can do a podcast in every city by multiple creators.
Makes sense.
Right? So once your template are made, now you can create a hierarchy, which is like, I would like this person with these many people, with these many people. When you're creating hierarchy in the start, I would just advise, go for a rule of 7. Rule of 7 is, you can have a contact with only 7 people, not more than that, because human capacity does not allow. So I have a contact with only 5 people. Now 200 people are there in my companies, right? 3 companies ko mila ke. So 200 are handled by these 5. So 5 may would not more than 7 of this person, 7 of this person. And that is how it distributes to 200 people.
Makes sense, man.
Right? And once that is done, now your only work is to let them get the challenge themselves. What we do is, we are smart. We think we are Elon Musk. A team member gets in problem, मैं करता हूँ, let me do it. If you do it, how will he get trained? My role is, when my CEO does a fuck up and the company goes into 2 lakh rupees ka loss, I sit there and I just ask the question, what do you think we should do? Not, I know the answer, but I'll not tell the answer. What do you think we should do? Bhaiya, sorry, इस बार loss हुआ है, you know, I'll pick this up this week. Blah, blah, blah. No, what we should do and why this happened. And now they'll put their brains, which will train them after 6 months to handle any problem, and I don't need to be in the business. Because they have the equity, profit share, everything. So it's their company technically. So I can get out. So hierarchy में incentive समझना पड़ता है कि ललित का incentive क्या है यार, मेरा incentive क्या है? Why should I work for him for the 10-year period? मेरा incentive नहीं तो मैं क्यों दूंगा? या ललित का incentive नहीं, why would he work with someone else? Right? So incentives मेरी team में बटे हुए हैं. They know कि we can be free in our life if Himanshu sir hits this goal. If he hits this goal, I'll hit this goal, and my goal is this only. So to make this goal happen, I need to focus on Himanshu's other goal, and they know my goal. Now they hit only that, because I've said them, you touch this, I'll make you touch this. Khadam. Both get freedom, both are happy. Now the new generation would come, new leaders would come, new people would come. They handle the company, and now the upper medium again gets the freedom. Then the new set. So it's like a pure freedom creation machine kind of, where people get freedom one after the other.
I think by far the best answer I've gotten in the entire podcast is this one, because not is it just giving you insights, it's also challenging your previous mindset. Third, it's also breaking some barriers in terms of how and what people aspire to see in an entrepreneur. For example, when you start off as an entrepreneur, you do it only with an ego, right? Like, oh, my company, my thing, I want to be there, you have to be. Like, do that for 2.5 years and take it from a guy who's done that. You'll burn out. Second, there's another person who I've heard say this quote: when passion doesn't make profit, passion becomes poison.
Right, very correct.
Right. So, I think this was a great insight.